end of December last year, Polish President Bronisław Komorowski visited Beijing and signed strategic partnership with China. That's how Poland became one of the 7 strategic partners of China in the European Union. The results of strategic partnership became visible very quickly. At the beginning of the new year, 2012, 2 Chinese banks announced that they are establishing their branches in Poland and opening its offices in Warsaw. China has also confirmed its interest in Polish bonds and also investments in Polish stock market. Also, the huge contract between the Polish state-owned tycoon from the energy branch KGHM was signed in Beijing. Together with Chinese banks and what is very probable Chinese business people, Chinese TV, CCTV4, is also coming to Poland, establishing its branch here in Warsaw. On the other hand, we're going to establish the direct flights from Warsaw to Beijing. First of all, it was the first visit of Polish president since 1997. Since that time, there was no interest in both sides. China was not interested in Poland, and Poland was also focused in integrating with the European Union and becoming part of NATO. So Poland was also not interested in developing the relations with China. So this is the first reason, the first visit for the last 14 years. Second of all, Poland in the last 20 years was very pro-human rights country. For example, Dalai Lama in the special research conducted in 2009 was one of the most admired public figures by Polish youth, Polish youngsters. Polish government, Polish elites turned into more pro-business and more pragmatic approach to China. And third of all, it seems that China's got a long-term strategy toward Poland, because despite its sympathizes to human rights activists in China in the last 20 years, and despite of the failure of Chinese company COVEC, which actually ran away from the construction site, it was a very spectacular failure. And third of all, despite of the failure of COVEC, China is very much focused on Poland, and it made Poland its strategic partner in Central Eastern Europe. Fourth, it's a very bad news for Viktor Orban and Hungary, because Viktor Orban wanted Hungary to become a strategic partner of China in Central Eastern Europe, and Hungary accumulated half of Chinese investments in Central Eastern Europe. Viktor Orban himself was very active on this field and was visiting China many times before, and established a special deputy for Chinese affairs within the Hungarian government, which is not the case of Poland. Fifth, it's got a huge impact on EU-China policy, as China is becoming a very important player in Central Eastern Europe. So far, there was no business, there were no common interests between Poland and China, and it's changing. It seems that so far there's no European policy on China. It will be much harder, for example, to integrate Poland into such a policy, as completely new policy is being developed now, and it would be too much engagement in China to make it smoothly. I think there are at least 2 years to formulate such a one European policy for China. At least it seems so from the Polish perspective, as China is becoming a very important player in the region, and Poland became a strategic partnership of China a few weeks ago. That's all for now. Thank you very much. Radek Pyffel, Poland Asia Research Center, Warsaw, Poland. Thank you very much.